Welcome to the PageSpeed Monitor Screencast. Alright, so you've installed the app, and the first screen you should see is a prompt to add your first page. And quickly, let's talk about what the app is for. So PageSpeed Monitor was created to simplify Google's PageSpeed Insights data and chart that data over time so you can easily monitor your page speed performance over longer periods of time. And if you've ever used Google's PageSpeed Insights, then you know very well that there are two primary problems with the service. One is the data that they provide can be very, very confusing for non-technical people. To be honest, even technical people have a hard time translating all the information that they expose. So we just try to simplify that and use labels that everyone can understand, and then it makes the data much, much more actionable. And the second problem with Google's PageSpeed Insights is that it is very, very time consuming to monitor multiple pages with any sort of frequency. Like if you wanted to check 5 pages on your shop every day, that would take you a lot of time and it would be very, very annoying. So we fixed both of those problems, and we just simplify everything greatly so that once you set it up, you can check back in, you can set alerts, and then just save yourself a lot of time and provide yourself a lot more transparency. So one of the key use cases would be, you and your developer are working to improve your page speed. You can see what the effect of every code change is, or let's say you change your theme entirely. If you swap it out, you can see what the effect of that is. And then also if you're shooting towards a goal, let's say you wanted to get a mobile page speed score, a Google score of 65, you could set an alert that lets you know once you hit that, which is kind of nice. All right, so let's get into it. Let's add our first page, and we are going to add a collection page to be monitored. So usually we only need to do one page because many of the pages share the same template. And so we add the name, we add the URL, and then we have the option to set conditional alerts. So anytime our page speed goes above or below, or any of the page speed metrics for that matter, if they go above or below what we want, then we'll get an email. And then also you can send yourself a daily overview that'll send you all the data for that day. And then, so we've added our page, and then it's going to take a few moments to get the data. So let's click around to some other pages that have historical data here. And this is for the home page of a site, Shopify site, and this is showing our mobile page score. So we have a score of 64, which is in the top 30% of all sites. And then you can see we graph that. This is an hourly graph. And then, we get where we sit in terms of all other Google sites that have been monitored. And then we see how long it takes for page elements to first become visible, how long it takes for all elements on the page to be loaded and visible, and then after all the JavaScript is done loading and executing. So we get that score, which is very important. And then we also have historical data by day or by 10-day intervals, and that kind of gives you that broader view. And then we can click over and see desktop score, so you can see that this site is quite fast. It's basically the top of the top in terms of page speed load for desktop, which is quite good. And let's click over here and check the network requests. And so this shows you your total page size, how that ranks according to all other Google sites. Shows you the total number of DOM elements, and that lets you know maybe you have too much on the page. And then you get your top 20 network requests by size, and this is a really important section to see. Maybe some of your apps that you've installed are loading big JavaScript files. Maybe you are loading big JavaScript files that you shouldn't be, or maybe you can condense those or separate them, or maybe you're loading extra JavaScript on your home page or your collection page that should not be there because it's not applicable. So these are the types of things where we can do some research and find ways to make our page speed better. And so that's pretty much it over here. And then we'll go back to the collection page that we created to be monitored, and you can see our first data is in, and it shows us our first scores. Obviously this is the first check, so we only have one blip on the chart. So all you have to do is just add a page and keep waiting. Every hour you'll get some results. And then once our free trial is over, you can change the frequency with which you want to check. So once the free trial is over, you will come back and you'll see that you need to set up a subscription, and then you're done and ready to go. So if you have any questions, please email us. We'll get right back to you. And thanks for checking us out.